Is Nima.
Okay. Hello to all our colleagues from Western Balkan Chambers Forum. Thank you for today's meeting. And the main idea is to organize presentation of Dun & Bradstreet databases. Actually, we will use three platforms as communication channels through entrepreneurs and companies level information. And the idea of today's meeting is to hear formal presentations about all of three platforms. So for the very beginning, I would like to ask Ms. Breda Jeric to start with her presentation, as she has another one meeting later. And also, if you have some questions, you can ask our today's presenters, or maybe we can collect it in a written form and send it to Dun & Bradstreet colleagues later. So Breda, thank you for your presentation in advance, and you could start now.
Thank you. Thanks for invitation. I just prepared a very short, how to say, presentation of, let's say, basic functionalities of what we will be presenting today. It is about D&B hoovers, and details will follow in later live presentation in demo. But first, a few words about me, about D&B, just to get an idea who's gonna support you now in your further decisions, let's say. My name is Breda Jeric. I'm located in Ljubljana, Slovenia. I am a D&B product manager for southern market countries. And D&B, let's say in short, D&B is a global provider of business decisioning data and analytics for almost 200 years. Bisnote is present in 19 European countries, and from January this year, we are part of Dun & Bradstreet. Let's say, we were acquired by D&B. So Dun & Bradstreet really has impressive coverage. At the moment, in our database is more than 430 million records from, let's say, more than 200 countries globally, and we can help our clients grow with many product solutions in D&B portfolio for finance, for risk and compliance, for sales and marketing. And since today's let's say presentation is about D&B hoovers, here are just basic numbers which shows how many records, how huge and really updated is the data you will be using in the future. This D&B hoovers is an online platform for finding key prospects and opportunities for growth. It enables strategic targeting, enables informed conversations, and enhanced productivity as well. You can see at the moment we have 210 million of business records in database. These are active companies, because for sales and marketing, of course, we only need active partners on the other side. We are receiving data from 30,000 sources on global level from 190 countries. And of course, plenty of updates, registration data, contact data, new companies in D&B database, added on daily basis all the time, because of course a lot of companies are established daily on global level. What is very important is Dun & Bradstreet DUNS number. You will see or meet this number in the future more often. This is Dun & Bradstreet unique 9-digit identifier for businesses. It is used to establish a D&B business credit file, which is often referenced by lenders and potential business partners to help predict the reliability and financial stability of the company in which we check. So this number is very important. We are assigning DUNS numbers for all the countries where we are present in Southern market. That means from Slovenia to Albania. And each company is assigned by this DUNS number. And of course, this number does not change, let's say, during the existence of certain legal subject. So you can see a lot of content here. Of course, we will go through some of them, which are in the package that you have chosen. And there are really a lot of contents. And what is very, let's say, specific for D&B Hoovers is that Dun & Bradstreet is adding contents, features, functionalities all the time. So this is a live platform. And of course, we will be informing you about news all the time, so you will be really up to date what's going on and what are the contents that you can access. This is in short, let's say, data on a single company. You can you can identify decision makers. You can see if this is a single company or the company that you are checking is part of global, let's say, corporate structure. So a lot of basic data about the company is available in D&B Hoovers, of course, about activity, industry, basic data about, let's say, number of employees, revenue, but we will go through all these in live in demo presentation, which will follow shortly. So with D&B Hoovers, you can target easily in a more intelligent way, without searching all the Googling all the time, because on, let's say, when you Google, you can access to a lot of companies which in reality, they don't exist. We say a lot of fake website we can find when we Google for a certain companies. I just read somewhere once that daily on a global level, there are more than 70K fake websites. And this is really very important when you are targeting other companies or do some analysis, and D&B Hoovers is really unique with that. So because of DUNS number, Dun & Bradstreet, when assign a DUNS number, check if company really exists, if it's registered and so on. So you can have access to, how to say, very high quality database, the companies that really exist. So, what is also very helpful is that you can monitor some changes, you can monitor some lists, you can check in this way when new companies are established in certain industry, and you are practically, how to say, being updated on a daily basis. So these are just one of the features which I presented. I will go to live presentation because it's, you know, much easier to see what you can get, and I will just, okay, I just hope everything is okay on your side. You can see the first, let's say, page or desktop in D&B Hoovers. You will get the same, let's say, on desktop window to certain, if you would like to browse news or research industries, if you would like to just find contacts, or you would like to do special, let's say, a smart list or just ordinary list, you will have the possibility to do that on the first page. But of course, I've done some before and I added them, I pinned them on a desktop. So here you can see different kinds of lists, different kinds of content. So you will have the same, let's say, possibility to do so. So what are the main functionalities? Definitely searching for or preparing prospect lists, or do the targeting or segmentation. If you can start here, you can see in the menu, you can choose, you can do the, let's say, filtering regarding the company size, industry, company type. There are over 170 filters at the moment. Of course, we are usually not using all of them, but the most important, we will do a short, let's say, a target list using at least the most important filters, but you can later on use more if you want to. Play with the platform because it's really user-friendly, and Dun & Bradstreet is really adding new companies, new features all the time. There are some I will show you later on where you can see what are the, how to say, latest news. So you are really updated all the time and take advantage of, you know, as many of features and contents which are offered to you. So let's say what I like the most is, or how should I say, if you are searching or looking for a list of companies, I would definitely, of course, sometimes you know in advance what you are looking for. Sometimes you just already do business with a certain company, and you would like to find, let's say, some similar companies, but with higher revenue, with a higher number of employees, and so on. And we say that we would like to find lookalikes or similar companies. So I will just check, let's say that I am already dealing or doing business with these Slovenian companies. I already said that you can search, it's the same logic for, is this for Italian companies, Slovenian, I don't know, Hungarian, it's the same logic. all the companies are in the database and you just search them by filters. I would like to check, because one of the most important filters, of course, is industry. For which industry the company is registered for. This is very important, because this is the information that we can get from official sources, and for this Slovenian company, you can see basic data here. We will do some similar searches later on as well. You can see basic data, what's the company type, if this is, let's say, companies a part of bigger, we say family tree. You can see here. Here are only 2 companies in corporate structure, but if we would check Siemens AG, for instance, there are really many of them, over 2,000 companies. It is really a huge group being present everywhere in the world practically. So you can see right away if this is a huge group or just a single company. You can see basic data about sales. This is actual data, because for legislation is very different in different countries. You are most probably aware of that already, because you are dealing with foreign countries as well. And let's say in Germany, in Switzerland, financial data is not that often available, especially in Switzerland or Luxembourg or Liechtenstein. So in some cases, Dun & Bradstreet, if we don't have actual data, what's the revenue sales, then we just model it. And if you see here actual, that means that this is actual number of employees or annual sales. The latest data available is, of course, for 2019. For 2020, we are expecting financial data to be published, let's say, in following month. So this is a kind of different, because in our countries, legislation is more strict, is stricter, and we are really publishing financial data quite early in the year. But in Germany, or let's say in Netherlands, companies have time for file financial data, really, 12 months, or in Netherlands, even 13 months. This is really a long period. But what is important here for me is in what industry this company is active. And we can see that this is an ice cream and frozen desserts industry. And I would like to check similar companies in, let's say, in other countries. I would like to find, let's say, how many companies are in Europe. And you can choose here, or maybe town, province, region. It depends what your preferences are. But I will show you how you can do the, let's say, continent as well. And I will do the search in Europe. I like this search because you can see right away that we have over 56 million of records in Europe from all the countries in Europe. You can use those filters as well. I usually use, let's say, number of employees. This is very important because I would like to target a specific size of companies, and I can, let's say, choose, 100 or less, of course, or maybe 50. It just depends what kind of search, what I'm looking for. And of course, the most important, you can enter revenue as well. But the most important, of course, is industry. You can choose from quite some different classification. I know that you are using NACE very often, but each record in D&B database is, how to say, equipped with a local industry, local classification code, and as well US 8-digit standard industrial classification. So it's your choice what to use. We are somehow, I personally always use US 8-digit because it's I am the most familiar with, and but it depends. It's up to you. You have a chance to choose different, most probably NACE or 8-digit. And I just saw when I was checking income, that this company was registered for, you can see, food and kindred products. And I know that it was, this is a dairy industry. So I'm looking for ice cream, let's say, manufacturer. And you can choose plenty of industries, but at the same time, but somehow it's much easier if you do it, let's say, one industry, and you can see how many hits you get. You know, it's somehow more transparent if you do it that way. So and then I can say, okay, this is maybe quite a lot of hits. I would like to define, I would like to do the business with independent or only parent companies or subsidiary. You can choose all those filters, or let's say private sector, because not a lot of companies in, let's say, food industry are state-owned. That's my experience. And you can choose some other filters as well, but this is somehow, I don't know, a basic search, I would say. But you can always, let's say, company size, you say, okay, I would like to get less hits. You can change the search. You can adopt it and play with it all the time. And now I get companies. I've got 96 results, meaning 96 companies in Europe. And I can do the, let's say, the filter regarding the revenue, you know, the biggest companies. I can see right at the top. I can, let's say, also do the map view, not just grid. This was, you can see if you are doing travel management, you can use this feature. It's very, how to say, practical. But the most important, what you can do it here is to save this list as a smart search. And of course, I can add it to my desktop. But the most important thing is that I will receive notifications for these companies. Notifications are, the sources are over 20,000 media sources globally. So if, let's say that it will be published somewhere that Unilever Ireland is going to, I don't know, open some new facilities in Brazil, you will get this notification. And this can be very important. It depends on, you know, the reason why you would like to track this, but this monitoring is really important for you to be updated all the time what's going on with the company. And you can read this notification here in Mailbox. I had to add, unfortunately, that today my Hoovers is very slow, not because of internet connection, but I think that my colleagues in the United States are doing some improvements or something else, but it is extremely slow. Otherwise, when you will check by yourself, you will see that it is quite faster. So it is still in a process of populating. So this is just needs to be saved as a smart list, but I can proceed with a further explanation. So the second very important feature is that D&B Hoovers will remember the search criteria that you did. So Europe, number of employees, industry, and when it recognizes the hits which are new, let's say from today on or tomorrow on, you will be informed. So you don't need to do the same search every once in a while, because D&B Hoovers will be, let's say, sending you notification that there is another company which is perfect for you to contact, to do the business, to do, to connect. And of course, this is a possibility to grow. Oh, this is still populating, which is very unusual, of course. And I will just show another company how it looks like, just to show some, let's say, additional features. You can see there are really, it depends on the industry. Sometimes you really get a lot of hits. Sometimes depends on industry, just like I said. See, let's say iceberg, we know here, or let's say iceberg, yeah, production. What is very useful, because this will be opening sometime today, you can check if, let's say, you can find some contacts on LinkedIn, and then you can see if some, I don't know, managers, sales manager, or any other kind of, I don't know, IT, or depends what you are looking for. You can contact these persons via LinkedIn as well, or Facebook, but of course more professional is to use LinkedIn. Or let's say here you have contact persons. These are persons from register, from local register, meaning management, because we only receive updated data on management principles. So let's say that you would like to contact Ms. Furtig via LinkedIn. You can check if she has, let's say, profile in LinkedIn, and you can contact her directly via LinkedIn. So there are really a lot of possibilities. I'm really sorry that this is opening so extremely slow, because this is very difficult for me to show you more content. You can see Manuela Furtig, and let's say I can check if she has LinkedIn profile, and this way she has, you know, in DACH region, they use Xing quite often, more often than LinkedIn, so you have to be careful with this. But this is also a way how to contact a company or their employees as well, to shorten the process. What we can do here as well, we can try to search, let's say, if we go back to the company, now to Ice Produktion, we can prepare, let's say, one-stop report. This is very useful as well. You can just choose the content that you are interested in, and you will get all the data which are here. You will get in PDF, and you can send this file to your colleague, to somebody, I don't know, who needs this, who doesn't have access maybe to D&B Hoovers. I will do it once again. I just hope that this PDF will open on time, because it usually takes time. So you get all this data in PDF form, and you can forward it. What is also, I can see it's still, opening. You can, let's say, check closest industry peers. This way you can find companies which are in a radius of 100 kilometers, and they are active in the same or similar industry. So this is very, but you can see food manufacturing a little bit more, how to say, wider industry, but you can filter this as well. So you can come to filter from different directions, or here from desktop, or you are just watching checking one company, and then you can do the additional filtering later on. So this is also very useful. And I would like to show here that what you can do with triggers. You can decide which content you would like to monitor. So here is our basic settings. Let's say in which language, I don't know, in thousands, Europe, which industry you would like to use by default, but you can change it all the time, anytime you want. When you would like to get notification, and here is select your preferred triggers, and you can choose which, let's say, news you would like to monitor, or which triggers are important for you. Is this, let's say, corporate name change? Is this FDA approval, earning results? Of course, it's very useful. So for the beginning, I advise to use as many as possible to get really a feeling how many notifications you will get, and then you can later on, if there are too many, you can decide, and of course you can unfollow or uncheck the ones you don't need. But let's say revenue increase and stuff like this, employees increase, these are very useful information which give you signal what's going on in the company that you are checking. So I am a little bit over time already because of the Hoovers being slow, that extremely slow today. So if you will, I don't know, have a need, or if you would like to have some additional training, of course we can do it later on. But for now, I am available for some questions. If there are some, I don't know, I cannot see. There are some hands up, or otherwise I am available for some questions now. Otherwise, I believe that you will collect them. Sorry, and I know it's a lot of data, a lot of information, a lot of functionalities, a lot of content for half an hour. But you will need to, check yourself. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of questions will pop up later on. So I just hope you find it useful. Any comments?
Yes, thank you, Breda. It's very interesting presentation, and there are really a lot of data. And I hope when we start using the embedded platform, we will have much more specific data.
Yeah.
And it was really useful presentation. And I'm really happy that we have recorded it just to see, check something once again. Thank you. If
You're
someone
welcome.
would like to ask or add some questions, please feel free to ask. If not, we can continue with presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello to everyone. I will continue. Thank you, Breda, for handing me out the presentation. And I will also be just like Anna, your first contact of your first point of contact when you start using all those tools. And as you said previously, I'm pretty sure that you will have lots of questions when you will have real cases and situations. And you could, yes, collect it, but if something drops on your mind during this presentation, feel free to ask. I will try to be as brief as possible, but it's a lot of information, and you have gathered a lot of data today. I'm going to give you a brief overview of this tool, Portfolio Intelligence, just for start. And this is also regional tool, and you have a lot of good features for teamwork, and it's good for some strategic planning. You will I will show you how to find some companies, and because the main opportunity of the tool is portfolio, to make portfolio and to analyze it. There are lots of ways on how you could make the portfolio, but I will show you just three ways. How to select specific companies, and by adding the criteria you wish, and how to make the smart portfolio, because this is really the magic of the tool, and how to find the similar companies to ones you already have, but in some other economy. Yes. Uh, I will now just turn my camera off to show you my screen, if you don't mind. Yes. Do you see everything? Do you see the dashboard actually?
Yes.
Thank you. Here on the right side, you could see some changes which happened with the companies in my portfolios. And down, you could see all portfolios that I have, that I already have. And here will be the portfolios which you, actually, I don't have shared portfolios, but the portfolios which you will share with your group. And that's the feature for teamwork. I will start with advanced search and show you how to locate the company you wish. You just simple put the plus and choose the filters. For example, the activity is most important for you. You could just pick the right activity, for example, and then add the other criteria. Those are the economies you could choose. For example, I will pick 3. And then you could choose the size of company. Yes. And here is the list. There are 29 companies. I will pick it and add it to portfolio. you should just name the portfolio and add some brief description. On the right side, you could choose the color just for better organizing. And down you have this feature for team work. Actually, you could just share this portfolio for viewing. You could share it for entire group or just only with one person. You could call the person here by email. I'm alone in my group and I couldn't do that. Yes, you could also share the portfolio for editing. And here you could enable notifications if you want to get more information about that companies, about some changes which happen. You should enable this and save the portfolio. And now the system is working and I will show you my old portfolio. This is the information that you got about the portfolio. You have here the last events, actually in last week and last month. On the right side, those events are selected in groups. And you have also this timeline, like on some social network. And you could also got more information about every single change. Just click on the desired change. If I'm too fast, please let me know. Here you could see, you will see just some comments which you could share with your colleagues according to some portfolio. When you share portfolio, you could also add some description about that portfolio, and you could just see that. And that this is really important. You have for all portfolios these charts and lists, and you could see the distribution of the activities in your portfolio. You have, for example, the percentage of activities and the number of companies which are in one activity. Also, you have here the charts according to legal form of the companies in portfolio. For example, this is the number of companies, and you have also the percentage. Here I had 37 companies who are joint stock companies, and see. Those are statuses, and this is very important. We have our status. Our company have one status. It's called standard. I will show you later because in this database you have companies which are active and out of business. And it's important if you want only active companies that you choose and pick this standard status. You have also all economies here. You could see it on the map, and the company size, a pie chart according to company size. And when you click on, for example, small companies, you got the list of those companies. You could see the filters, and this is the list of companies who are small. Actually, when you click on every this chart, you got the list of those companies. You could then analyze it deeper if you want. Those are categories of company age. You could see. And also inactive company. There are 13 inactive company in my portfolio. And for the end, you have the financials, some main finance data, and for last 3 years. But this is the cumulative for all companies in portfolio. And you have also the trend, which is good. You could see all of that on a graphic. Every category is graphicked for every year. And that would be the first point of the tool. Second, this is where the portfolio intelligence is working for you. For example, you could choose some criteria that you wish. For example, status. As I told earlier, only active companies. Those are standard. And I will pick some activity also. Manufacturing. And I will pick some economy. Like before. I will pick size. And now I just choose those companies and go to the button Smart Portfolio. Name it. And save it. And now how does that look when you made a smart portfolio? The main point of this smart portfolio is actually that you have to do nothing. Now the system is working for you, and the system generates into this portfolio the companies which start meeting those criteria you wished previously. And here you could see that also the system will just delete from the portfolio the companies which doesn't meet the criteria anymore. And also you could got the special events if you wish. This is the same thing. You have your graphics. And the third thing is that you could just pick the companies. You could just choose one your portfolio. You have desired companies, but you want to get those companies on some other economy. For example, to find similar companies, we said like that. Pick the option button and then find similar. Now pick the portfolio option and now choose is in portfolio and unsubscribe that because you want companies which are not in portfolio but have that criteria. And also you could find other economy, for example, some other economy. Or you just got that. Just pick in Slovenia, for example. And you got, in this case, one company, but the list could be longer, of course. You could also save it like previously, add to portfolio, and the same procedure. You have, for example, search one company also. You could research about one company. You could, for example, and also you have the main data about the company here. You have registration number, tax number, activity, legal form. You have the address and the company size, also the contact data you have, and the Google map. You have the timeline of statuses of this company, but here is nothing special to show. Those are scores, but you don't have just that. Also, the same information as you have for portfolio, you have for the single company. And the very important thing is that you have to see owners and linkages for every specific company. For example, you have on the one side direct owners of this company, whether they're physical persons or companies. You have this pie chart with percentage, and also you could see it on list. It's more transparent because you have the side. On the left side, you have and the company, other company who had 2% in the our company. On the chart, you could see only a percentage which are higher than 5. And on the right side, you have the company, this company, which we see at the pro, has the percentage has actually ownership in this company, Elex Technology, 30% technology. And those are direct owners. Also, you could see the financial data only for a single company. The values are in it's absolute values in euro. We will have immediately in 2020 year. But now only you have 2 years. Also graphs are there and bank accounts. Yeah, a lot of bank accounts. Yes, very important information is that you should, when you are finished with some portfolio, for example, it will be good that you just delete the portfolio when you finish the analysis, just like this. And it will be the first point of the tool. There's a lot of things, and I think that it will be maybe in so much for one day. Yes. And if you have some question now, you feel free to ask.
Thank you, Tamara. It was really precisely and very, very clear. And it is really useful for us to hear that we can create portfolio and we can use it, for example, for some B2B meetings and something similar. I think that we have one question in written form. What are the sources that feed these databases?
Yes.
Which you would like to explain.
Yeah, thank you on question. The sources are, of course, our, for example, in Serbia, it's APR and BS and the official sources, of course, only official sources. Of course, yes, we have some scores, but you don't have that module. We have some scores where we just organize something, but this is all official data from official sources.
Okay. Also, if someone would like to ask. Oh, hello.
Yes. Hello. I am Evis from Union Chamber of Commerce, the Secretary General. The two presentations were very interesting, and I have a question. In fact, that how it would be possible for us to have some guides regarding these platforms, so that we can have an idea, because it's a short time to absorb all the informations, and I think that we have to make some I don't know, some trainings or whatever, because the two platforms were very interesting. And I don't know if we can in the future upcoming days, or how can we manage to handle these two platforms? That's my question.
Yes, I understand. As I said previously, you will have a lot of questions when you will have the real cases, and it is we could meet again, and also you could gather the questions and ask us through the mail or call us. I said me and Anna will be the first point of contact during your usage of those tools, and you could ask everything.
Okay.
Of course,
Okay.
for all
But if
colleagues.
okay. We don't have some written rules, but no.
Okay.
For all colleagues who don't have all information, we will start, I think, from today and from tomorrow, and we will have 1 year permission to use those databases for all of our activities, and all chambers from Western Chambers Forum will actually, all analysts and people will use those databases for our activities, and in next period we will collect all of our questions in a written forms, but also we can organize, for example, at the beginning of September or something, new session with the introductories and in the other things, when we will have much more experience with concrete databases.
Yes, it's possible, of course. Yeah.
Tamara, thank you for presentation.
Yeah.
It was really useful for us, and I hope that Anna will also give
Here
us.
I am.
Hello,
Here I
Anna.
am. Don't worry. Thank you, Tamara, and it was really good. The third platform that you are that is a part of your package of D&B is Bonitetti International. It is a platform that I hope that you will, Jelena, send me 5 persons who will get the passwords, who will get the chance to access the platform. I need name, surname, email address, and contact number. And I hope not today, but tomorrow, I hope that you will, I can send you invitation mail to create password and to access for platform. I want to show you, I don't know, what do you think? Is it too much for today to leave Boniteti International for some other opportunity, some other day, or what do you think?
I think it will be useful for us just to take some
Short
points
trip.
information. Yes, introductory note, just to have a whole picture of all of three databases.
All right. Here I am. I will share just a minute. Why do I don't have opportunity?
Oh, now we can see now your screen, I think.
I'm not sure. Browse my computer.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see it now?
No,
Oh
we can see Milica Brašanac, our colleague. I don't know if Tamara, I suppose that she turned off her screen.
Just yes.
Okay.
I cannot share my screen.
Maybe you can.
I don't know why.
Anna, could you try now?
Izvini, molim te, sad sam shvatila kad završim sastanak sam. Pa nisi, nego su mi ove ubacili, nisu meni pitali.
Anči, jel ako ste ne znam.
Ne mogu, vidim samo Jelenu.
Aha, a s desne strane nemate kao window?
Ma imam, ali nema
Kliknite samo na to window, nema veze, pojavit će vam se. Excuse me, because we are speaking on our language, because it's easier.
Sorry. Is it all right now?
Yes, it's right.
Yes, thank you, Tamara. You're the nicest colleague. This is the portal when you will have first the opportunity to change language, local or English. Here is the spot where you change the. I choose Bosnia and Herzegovina for this example. Is it all right?
Yes.
And I choose yesterday the company Brovis Visoko. Here the first quick view of Brovis, where you can see the categories results of financial results for 3 years with graphic. Here is the name of the company, registration and VAT number. Here is the credit limit. I could send you some kind of, it's not the user guide, but more information about this platform, so you can see the details. Here is portfolio. Tamara showed you this platform. You can go directly to there. After a quick view, you have a profile of company with more data, bank accounts, contact information, owners. After that, I'm in a hurry. I don't want to waste your time. Here is the what is the content of financial appraisal and dynamic dynamics. You can see here in legend and in methodology. You can see what does it mean, and you have explanations in English. So I think it's very simple to understand. This is history, and this is prediction. After that, payment index, as you know, we have a big differences between our West Balkans economies. Payment index we have for Slovenian and Croatian companies, for Bosnian and others, for Serbian. We don't have that data, so not yet, but we will, I hope. Blocks of bank accounts, evidential, financial data for the last 5 years with all positions. Here is something very useful. You can, if the company Brovis Deo Visoko is for you interesting, you can do competitive analysis and get different companies. And if you want to compare particular company, you can put here number or VAT and then compare with Visoko. You can choose, of course, currency, euro or local currency. You can export this financial data. I will show you. Here is the export of financial data, and you can export all the data from the platform Boniteti International. You can print this data. Here is the data about persons. Here is the credit limit. It's the maximum sum of money in local currency that you can have the open position during the 3 months. So for 1 year, it's about 800 marks, or I don't know, Bosnian currency. So you can put this company in just on the watching list. To the company is informator to receive all the changes about this company. And I think that advanced search is for you more interesting than details about one company. So here we choose Bosnia and Herzegovina. Here we choose activity. If you know the number, but if you don't, here is, I don't know, manufacturing of food product. You see, wherever is a plus, you can get more detailed. So manufacture of food products. You can choose the size of company, small, medium, big, let's say medium. We can choose new companies established from, I don't know, 3 years ago till today. If you want, or if you know the detailed financial data, you can put it here to make more specific search results. And there is, so you can export these too. Here is 97 companies, and in every company you can. Oh, insult. Sorry, that's a big and important information. All right. Is there some? All right. And then you get the information or detailed information about this company. That's the shortest presentation of Boniteti International. Let's try Montenegro. A water group or something I found yesterday. The credit appraisal, pressures A, B, C, D, E. That's the logic of that score. Here is management and owners. As you can see, Montenegro has a different data in their legal sources. So we can have only that kind of data. As we told you, Breda and Tamara, of course, Dun & Bradstreet Bisnode dealing only with the data from legal sources and accordance to legislation of a certain West Balkans economy. That's our business philosophy. Here is here you have 5 years, and you have in percentage absolute growth, absolute. You can what is could be very interesting to format your own indicators if you are financial experts. I will try just this. Whatever position put here, and you want it, for example, put in relations with some other position. Enter name Yelena's indicator or something and save it, and you will have it on the bottom of every finance, ever. Here is example from yesterday. You will have this indicator at the bottom of all financial data that you will access to. So that's it.
Okay, thank you. As I saw, we have one question. If all of those three platforms are from the system of Dun & Bradstreet, as I understood, yes, all of three platforms are, but we have different kind of data.
Yes.
And we can use maybe a little bit more specific data, for example, at Boniteti International and on Portfolio Intelligence, than, for example, in Dun & Bradstreet. But on
right.
Dun & Bradstreet, we can find much more information about global market and probably companies from European Union, in which are we interested in.
Of course, and you can. That's a good point, because D&B Hoovers is global. Portfolio Intelligence is more specific, and Boniteti International is even more specific, or the most specific platforms. So you have all complete chain, you know. I think you made a very clever choice. So combining these platforms, you will. I'm sure you will get what is the most important for you and for the new strategy that you are going to install.
Yes, we also have a question from our colleague from Chambers Kosovo, that if there are some data about companies operating in their chamber, maybe if you know, or anyway, we will have enough time to try to search databases, and we will explore for sure for ourselves.
You have enough time. You just send me the users, and then you will try these platforms. But you have 5 users for Portfolio Intelligence and Boniteti International, but only 1 user for D&B Hoovers. That it's not a problem.
Yes, we will try to use all of us, and we know that when someone will us finish a job with searching, we will just leave a space for others.
You have to log out. It's the most important, especially from Hoover's platform, because the system could block you, and then we have to wait 2 days to get password reset, you know, and that could be a problem if you are in a hurry or you need specific data in right in the moment when you are needed.
Okay.
So please try it, work with it, and ask a question. Maybe earlier than September we could organize another session. This is really first time. I know my first time when I saw Hoover's, I think, oh, it's so easy, it's so simple. And when Breda went out, I said, and now where am I? So please don't be afraid, ask.
Of course, we will until during tomorrow or until this week, we will try to exchange all informations and try to pick
Right.
up our usernames and passwords, and we will start with communication through emails. And of course,
Yes.
later during the summer months, we will organize new meeting. Thank you, Anna, for presentation and for all information.
Thank
If
all of
someone
you thank you very
colleagues
much
have
for your
something to
time and
add?
interest.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye. Bye to all of you.
Bye.
Okay, if nobody have to
Stay in
ask
touch.
something more,
Stay in touch.
of course. Thank you. Thank you to all of our colleagues. During this week, we will try to exchange all information, and I hope start with using all of those platforms, and we'll have much more questions. Sophie, I think we can stop recording this meeting, and we will see next time during the
Stay in
meeting.
touch, Elena. Call me whenever you want.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye
Bye
bye.
everyone. Bye. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day.